Hey teacher friends, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about how to plan your week financially using Outschool. Okay, so something I started doing this year, January 2022, I figured I really wanted to start planning how I book my weeks and how I can make it so I'm reaching my financial goals, because that's something that's really important to me. And I figured, I hear a lot about that from the new people that are joining. How do they plan their financial goals? How are they making it so that they are actually being able to supplement their income or plan for the certain amount of extra income that they're wanting? So something I started doing this year is that I am putting up all my classes that I want to have available. And at this point, I'm a seasoned teacher. It's been almost a year that I've been on here consistently and booking classes. So I do have a little bit more of a rapport, not only with the platform, but with parents. So if you're not there yet, this might be a little bit different for you, but I have like a set schedule now where I am opening classes between 10 a.m. Yes. I'm booking classes between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. And then sometimes I'll do a couple of nights. Right now, Thursday night is very consistent with me. I made a class over the summer and it's an ongoing class, so it just goes every week. And those kiddos just have not left, and I've gotten kids come in and come out, but it's always been a consistent night for me, so I've kept it. Okay, so for me, I have a more of steady schedule, but for me, I go on and I book all my classes ahead of time. I like to schedule at least 2 weeks if I can, get everything in the books. And lately I've actually been doing really like a full month ahead of time, because then I can plan my events around those things too. Like if I know a birthday party's coming up, during the week or something, like I can plan around that, which is really helpful. But I go ahead and I book all my classes. Now, something that happens like during the actual regular school year right now, you tend to get like the homeschool kids. Right now, I'm getting a lot of people that are in quarantine or they have COVID, but they still want to be doing things during the day. So I'm getting a lot of those kids. But sometimes your weeks can be a little bit more relaxed if you are having like a lot more public school kids and then they're like back in school, right? So sometimes bookings don't come right away. So that's something that is normal for Outschool teachers, okay? I want to give you some tips today of what I recommend doing to keep your classes open and still get those last minute bookings. And I know as experience from being a teacher and from being a parent that you should always have your classes open until the very last minute if you can, because that is how you can get bookings still, okay? So let me tell you exactly what I'm talking about. When you have classes, if no one enrolls in your class within 24 hours, Outschool will automatically go ahead and cancel that class for you. Now, this can be great because if you are not paying attention or you have something going on the next day and it cancels and you're like, okay, whatever, cool. I wanted to have that time slot open anyways. Maybe I'm really tired and I didn't even really want to teach that class. I'm just whatever. Fine. It cancels it for you. However, if this is your full-time income or, the side hustles that you're wanting to do, I would recommend going into that email that tells you, hey, your class is being canceled. Go in and uncancel that class. Make it go back to your schedule, okay? I can't tell you how many times I have done this and I get enrollments anyways the next day, because lots of parents wake up the morning of and they're like, oh man, I want you to do a class today. I didn't book it ahead of time. Let's go on and see what's available for, this time frame. And I get constant last minute bookings, last minute students. I literally get sometimes students, I check my roster before I go into class. I'll go into class and I still get 1 or 2 kids that literally enrolled within like the last second of my class. And they'll be in my class. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, where did Lily come from? Like, that was not on the roster. So I'll go in and double check to make sure she's supposed to be there. And usually the kid will tell you, sorry, I just enrolled right now. And I'm like, no, that's okay. Don't worry about it. But it gives you that, like, hey, I should keep my classes open because you never know when someone's going to enroll. The worst thing that could happen is that you wait until the very last second, no one enrolls. You can either go in quickly and cancel it or just start the meeting, click like your live button and then just get out of it and just be like, okay, I'm so sorry. Like if no one came to class, like you don't have to really worry about it too much. Outschool's not going to punish you for still holding the class, even if no one's in it. Like there's nothing bad that can happen, okay? But sometimes I'll wait till like the last 2 minutes, and if no one enrolled at that point, I'm just like, all right, I'll just go in and hit the red X and cancel the class, and it is what it is, whatever. I definitely recommend uncanceling any classes and having them on. Now, in another scenario, sometimes I will miss the email that my class got canceled and I don't get to go in and uncancel it. I mean, I guess I still could, but sometimes I'm like, I'm going to change it up. If no one was really maybe interested in that, maybe I'll put another class in its place. So sometimes the night before or the morning of, if I see an empty spot somewhere on my calendar that I like had just missed or whatever, I'll go on and I'll open another class or a different class. Even the same one, it doesn't matter, but I can go in and I'm filling that spot because I'm like, I'm going to give people another chance to go on and book me. And so last night, for example, I did this. I went on, I was laying in bed, I'm checking my schedule on my phone, and I noticed there was an empty spot. I must have missed the email to say like, uncancel the class. I was like, you know what? I'm going to change the class up. I'm going to put a different class in that spot. And then hopefully I'll get some enrollments overnight. And then in the morning, like if I have kiddos, great. And if I don't, I'll work on my business. So that's my other thing I'll talk about. But I woke up in the morning, I had 2 kids enroll in that class. So otherwise I would have missed out on those 2 kiddos coming into that class. So it's really beneficial for you to put things up last minute and don't wait or don't cancel the class unless you absolutely have to, okay? It's a good thing. Now, if for whatever reason the class did cancel or no one enrolls, whatever, I have already allotted that time for me to sit there and be in front of my computer and teach a class, right? For me, it's usually 45 minutes. So I've already booked that out. So I say to myself, okay, if no one books, I'm going to sit at my desk still and I'm going to do something to work towards my business or make a new class or maybe update a class or go through everything and make sure everything's the way it's supposed to be. Maybe I'm uploading thumbnails or updating them. I still work on my business for that 45 minutes. Maybe I'm making a YouTube video, whatever it is. I make sure that I'm still focused and I'm working on my business and my brand and communicating with people. I don't just say, okay, 45 minutes, I'm going to go watch Netflix. No, don't do that. You still were planning to be booked during that time. So do another income producing activity, okay? Don't just let it go to the wayside. Okay, now the first thing I was talking about in this video is how I plan my weeks and how I decide, do I need to make more classes? Do I need to do something else to earn income if I'm not getting what I wanted to, right? So what I've been doing is I go through my weeks Monday through Friday now, and I am showing my projected income. So based off the enrollments I already have, I usually do this maybe on like Sunday night. I'll go through for the week and I'll say, okay, Monday through Friday, what are my current bookings and what is my projected amount that I'm expecting? So I'll go through Monday, here's my projected, and then later, like today's Thursday, I went through my beginning of my week and I'm seeing what I actually am getting. Okay, so now mine's a little bit messy because I wasn't really planning to show this on the video, but I really thought, wait a minute, this could be super helpful for somebody else. So I have my projected and then I have my actual all the way through, okay? So if you notice here, my projected and my actual are all like way different, right? They're way higher, which is fantastic. That's exactly what you want. You want to be able to do this. And the way that I was able to have these amounts look so different is because of the tips I just told you. I uncancel classes or I fill in the gaps wherever I need to, and I'm giving a lot of different time frames for my parents to be able to schedule. I don't just let something fall off and say, okay, whatever. No. You have to make sure that you are treating this just like any other job, any other position, okay? Yes, we get these amazing benefits of being able to work from home, but if you want to be bringing in the income that you deserve, then you have to have some strategies of how you're going to do that. And these are my tips, okay? Uncancel any classes, fill any gaps, and by doing this projected and actual on your schedule, it allows you to see what you're projecting to come in so you can make any adjustments later in the week if you're finding that you're missing some holes here, missing some gaps, okay? Now, I have a whole bunch of other ideas of how you can earn extra income if you're not getting the income that you need right now from here, but that's an entirely other video. So if you're interested in supplementing income during the week, if you're not getting your bookings yet, then comment down below supplemental income and I can make a whole nother video giving you some ideas of how you can do that while you're especially just getting started and you're not having a lot of bookings yet. I hope this video was super helpful for you. Please let me know if you have any questions. And if this video was helpful for you, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe because that will help you know anytime that I'm putting out a new video, and it's also super helpful for my channel. So like, comment, share, subscribe, all those things are super helpful and supportive for me, and it will allow me to see you, hear you, answer your questions, and help you with anything that it is that you need. If you're not already in my teachers group, definitely check out the description down below. I'd love to have you in there. It's all about helpful tips and tricks and videos and training, and a bunch of other supportive teachers are in there to help you with your journey on Outschool to help you become a successful online teacher. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Cookies and no cookies.
Oh, okay.
No more cookies.
Okay, maybe after you're done, I'll get you more, okay?
Okay. More cookies.
Okay.